Race number 2 from Lake Karapiro, the New Zealand Formula 1 Power Tour. Lone Wolf Racing to the inside for the race start. Malcolm Jamieson and Luke Sharp to the outside. It's a reverse grid order from the first heat based off qualifying, which saw Malcolm Jamieson, the top qualifier. Sharp to the inside. Jeff Price, though, getting a fantastic whole shot start as the Vatican. Steve Pope just drifting over towards Luke Sharp. Still KRB racing to the outside. Slightly windier conditions than we saw in the first heat, so a little chop out on the lake. But it's the Vatican leading. Steve Pope, Seabold Hull, chased by the reigning New Zealand champ, first heat winner. Luke Sharp with Malcolm Jamieson back in third and KRB. And the first two have just dropped them off. There's KRB to the inside. But it's the Vatican out in front and flying. Amazing the turning speeds of these boats. We're on the straights. Basically all that's in the water is the prop and the lower part of the power head. Steve Pope looks to have things under control here, but as we saw in the first heat, lap traffic could play an important part. Here's Luke Sharp trying to keep the momentum up, narrowing that gap to Steve Pope in the Vatican. Still Malcolm Jamieson back in third and KRB. Instigator fourth, Bad Obsession and Lone Wolf Racing, so Jeff Price falling back. No Julian Stillwell in Scott's Construction. Some hull damage from the first heat. As Luke Sharp continues to chase down Steve Pope, Malcolm Jamieson still in third. Not quite the pace that we've seen in the past from Malcolm Jamieson. As Luke Sharp gets a run, Steve Pope got an awkward run onto the back straight and blasting past goes Prompt Parts. Luke Sharp, oh, close as ever. Vatican just pinching the turn, but Sharp drives around Steve Pope in the Vatican, and it was on the last lap too. Checkered flag is out, and Sharp takes 2 from 2. Luke Sharp with the victory from Steve Pope, who led the majority of the race, only to be pipped at the last couple of corners. Malcolm Jamieson third in KRB.
Did you think with 1 to go you had this one wrapped up?
Yes, I did actually, but I actually had a fuel problem with it. After the last race I didn't bother filling it up because I thought, oh, it's only a 6-lapper. But I paid the penalty because the fuel tank was getting a bit low and it was losing a bit of fuel pressure coming out of the corners, and they caught me. But otherwise, yeah, it would have been a good race.